Yo. Somebody.
Worst transition ever. But regardless, hello everybody. Welcome to the final match of the NA GvG tournament, round one. Whew. This is going to be a good one, I feel like. PYRO, been around for a really long time. And DC, I don't really know them, but you have some info about them, I assume?
Yes, I do. Give me 1 second. Just setting something
Let's
up. And
fucking
hello,
do this,
everybody.
boys.
Good evening. Hope you're all doing well.
I gotta change a couple settings real quick. Forgot to turn off my Streamlabs. Alright, it should be muted now. Also, no crotch cam for you, buddy. Sorry. Not today. That's for my chatterbait streams. Yeah. that's for that's for those.
All right. Sorry about that. Just had to take care of something.
Take
How's
care of a little bit of
everybody
business.
Wait a minute. What is going on here?
What did you do? What did you do, Roy? Come on, keep it professional. Lifetime Snapchat access. Well,
There we go.
see if I posted.
Trying to host you,
anything.
dude. And I was
Oh!
not doing a good job of it.
It's you just press the button.
Which part? Oh, you gotta type a slash and
Oh.
there you go. Anyways.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways. Looks like we're maybe waiting for one more guy from PYRO. I don't know how many people are missing from DC.
We
Looks
are
like one on your
missing.
stream.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're missing one right now.
nice. All right, cool. But what is up, everyone? Yeah, as Nolly said, this is the final match of the first week of the NA Season 1 GvG tournament. I hope that everyone is doing well so far. Hope you've enjoyed the matches we've had for you so far.
We've streamed every match, haven't we? We've gotten every single one streamed.
Well, oh yeah. I wasn't sure if you meant us
No,
specifically.
not
but,
us specifically. But
No. Yeah, every single match has been streamed so far, which is really nice. So I don't know. Do you have any commands for brackets and schedule?
I do not know.
You know, okay, fair enough. No worries. I'm gonna link. Can I link stuff in your chat?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. How many underscores is it?
2. It's 2 underscores. Nice, dude. So that's the brackets. Oh, I'm a mod.
Oh, even easier.
There's the brackets there, guys. And oh, wait, what?
Good one.
And those are the schedules. There's the brackets twice for you, just in case you missed the first link. Anyhow, those are the brackets of the schedules that we've done so far. I'm going to just do a real quick recap of everything in case you're just joining us. Maybe you missed some of the other GvGs. But last week, starting the show off, first match we had was MM versus Hate. It was the very first match we streamed. It was on this channel. We saw MM 4-0 Hate, which was pretty surprising. Definitely more than I was expecting from MM, but a very strong showing from them. Hate obviously a bit more inexperienced. They haven't been around quite as long as MM. Certainly not involved in the GvG scene like MM has. And so MM coming out very strong there. So they 4-0'd. They're going to be fighting TTD later this week. We were supposed to see TBT and PB fight. However, PB had to pull out due to a lack of players. And so we counted that as a 4-0 for TBT. They moved ahead, and they will be fighting Boo later this week. Next up, we had Kryta versus KPK in what has probably been the most interesting match, certainly the one that I've streamed anyways, or streamed with Nolly. of this first week. We saw KPK 4-3. They took that away over Krita. Very, very fun match. I believe that was on my channel. So
that was the only non 4-0 in the first rounds, I believe. Correct?
you are correct on that. Which so yeah, exactly. The only GvG that wasn't a complete shutout so far this first week. And KPK will be going on to fight Ban at some point this week. We also saw CL versus Torque. CL won 4-0 over Torque. They'll be fighting Tag. We saw ODF and Bay. ODF won 4-0 over Bay. They'll be fighting KNT. We saw KNT 4-0 over 1. KNT will be, as I just said, fighting ODF. Bomb 4-0'd Sin. Unfortunately, again, that was another instance of Sin having to pull out. Something happened with their driver's PC. Wasn't going to be able to come back in time. So we had to basically give Bomb a bye there. Bomb will be fighting BMO later in the week. And finally, we had Koza versus Bane. Koza winning 4-0 over Bane. And they will be fighting Rise this week. So just a quick recap. Again, this is going to be the last match that we are going to be having for the first week. After that, it will be starting the second round of GvGs for this tournament. I did link the brackets and the tournament.
And the winner of this match fights Red, correct? I'm pretty sure.
You are correct. I just linked the brackets and the schedule again. Anyways, that is all fine. That's all in the past. So tonight, bringing you the last match, PYRO versus DC. And as Nolly said, PYRO has been around for a very long time. I'm excited to see this guild. I was not too familiar with this guild until earlier today, and hearing about them, and obviously, when we talk to the drivers of each guild, maybe there's a little bit of bias coming in, but I spoke to Peralta earlier today, and so PYRO, for those of you who did not know, has been a guild that's been around basically since the start of the game. They've been playing for a very long time, and Peralta has been leading them for a very long time. The only time he wasn't leading PYRO was when there was a small break, or he took a small break and someone else was taking over. But he doesn't really consider that his reign. So very old guild. They were around the GvG scene when Ag and S and all those other guilds were around. They fought them a lot. And so they've been very involved with the GvG scene for a while. Very, very close-knit guild, I'd say. And currently, they have a bit of a mix of old PYRO core. They've got a couple Ag players. They've got a couple people from guilds like EP, Apex. So it's good to see them sticking around. It's good to see them coming back for this tournament as well. And also, a bit of an interesting little note, sort of some side history. PYRO actually almost got banned from the Edge of the Mist beta test when they GvG'd second, and ArenaNet had to shut it down. They told them that if they did not stop GvGing, they would be kicked out of the beta test. So PYRO bringing it back to Edge of the Mist now to fight against DC.
What a classic ArenaNet move.
Exactly. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh.
So hold on, I'm getting a bit of a whisper. Apparently, Perp Skirpington is going to be trolling. I'm not sure which server he's on. Is that me? Is that my server?
I do not know.
Just getting a whisper from Peralta.
Well, let's just. We've got a lot of people here
so
on green side.
Yeah,
So
I don't know where he is, but we're just gonna have to keep an eye out for people jumping in. See that tag? No.
He'll be
Either
DUI.
way. Yeah, but either way, that was PYRO. But they're not the only guild in this GvG. We've also got DC on the other side, who is the squad that Nolly's gonna be in. And DC, a little less glorious in regards to their GvG history. They are a PVX guild, and they've been pretty casual with this world, and they are still PvEing, the PVX part of the guild. But they have taken more of an interest since Path of Fire in GvG. Their driver Perfect has been playing, and he said he's been a fan of GvGs since the first NA tournament with him and Greatsword, Gun Squad. I always see the GS abbreviation, think Greatsword. But so they're getting into the scene maybe a bit late, but never Never too late.
It's never too late, you know.
Of course.
As long as we keep the scene alive like this, it's never gonna be too late.
Yeah.
The new
But
blood
it's-
is what keeps it alive.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's good to get some fresh blood. So, you know, looking good though. It's nice that DC is going to be coming into this tournament. It's nice that they are going to be participating, especially against guilds that have a lot more experience, like Pyro. So we'll have to see what happens. I think both groups might be ready. Looks like all of Pyro are here.
I let DC know. Yeah, they're waiting on one person.
They're going at 0-0, 50 seconds.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Put in map chat, yeah. So, real quick, I'm just gonna go over the comp for Pyro. They're running. They're actually the first guild I think I've seen that has only 15 in squad, which is kind of nice. They got their 15 together. That's what they're running. They also have 4 firebrands, which I think might be the most I've seen. I don't think we've had anyone running more than 3 firebrands.
DC is running the same with 4 firebrands.
Might be wrong. We have a shitload of scourges. Pardon my French.
Doesn't surprise me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 scourges.
Ooh.
They're going all out with the necros today. We're going to probably see a lot of transfusion pulls, a lot of shade pressure. Only 2 spellbreakers though because of that. 1 thief and 1 mirage. You got Zor, the famous PvP legend, of course, on mirage. But we can go over DC's comp next. It's 5 seconds till first round starts. That's Pyro versus DC. Here we go, boys.
Let's get it started.
Stealth blast coming out from Pyro. No veil for them so far, just the stealth. And no stealth for DC yet. A couple Rev Hammer 3s coming out. Looks like a veil there.
Find him.
Absolutely. A little bit of pressure from both. Zor might be getting a bit of focus. He was out of stealth, but no one low yet from Pyro as they're pushing into DC stack. Bubble coming out from Pyro. 1 bubble coming out from DC as well. A couple of DC caught in that bubble as well. Very low, but they're pushing out of Pyro's tail now.
It's fine, but they've got 1 down. They've got to make pressure off of this. Looks like they've got that one guy caught.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Zor,
not quite.
Looks like he's trying to 1v14 against DC right now. He's going to be absolutely fine, though, as they catch that Scourge and tail. He's going to be going down, finished out, cleaved out by Pyro. And now Pyro, again, keeping that aggressive pressure up onto DC. Mesmer pull. Great Mesmer pull by Zor in the back. And now we got 3, 2, 3, 4 down states from DC. They're starting to crumble. They're starting to crack. Bubble is a little bit off, but it doesn't matter. Shade pressure is going to be way too much for
Driver
Pyro.
down,
as
yeah,
they're
that's
completely
it.
rolling over DC at the moment. And that is all of DC in downstate, minus about 3 players. That's got to be the GG call coming out. And that's going to be round 1 going to Pyro.
Yeah. That was, they survived that early pressure by Pyro really well, but weren't able to recover any real damage. I'll wait. I gotta wait until combat resets here so I can get a good bearing of how much the damage was, but it wasn't much.
Tell DC to come kill this downstate thief over here, by the way, because this is Perp and he was trolling.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm coming over there right now. This wing guy, right? I got his ass. I got his ass. Oh, this guy's rezzing. No, don't res. Oh, fuck. Minstrel's Firebrand, by the way. I don't really do damage.
Damn. That is unfortunate. We do have some trolls, unfortunately, in the GvG scene, guys. It sucks. We don't like it, but that's what we have to endure until we can get a perfect arena that we can use without interference from spectators.
Large arena, OS size, GvG stats. That'll be the day. But that's what this stuff is for, so. Get a little bit of exposure, make it going. Looks like DPS-wise, you minus my 26k out of that. Once I get into combat here, hold on. I wasn't impressed. They're running 5 Scourges. They should have so much more pressure than they currently do. They had an okay bubble, but other than that, if
Looks like their Mesmer just DC'd.
Ooh,
Just relogging.
Yep.
So 4 firebrands, 2 spellbreakers, 3 revs. So, you know, I think that's the difference. I think Pyro is playing a bit more of a melee ball style comp. They don't have any revenants. They don't have that hammer pressure that the revenants bring. But the additional scourges, they're going for the mirage instead of the chrono. I think it was a chrono, or was it a mirage for DC?
They have a chrono.
Made a chrono, right? And also a thief, where DC does not. So, you know, they're going to have a bit more ball pressure. They're going to have a bit more, I think, pushing ability just because of that extra barrier that's going to be coming off of those 2 extra scourges. Oh, they had a DC after the round, apparently. I'm being told by Peralta, apparently one of the DC players DC'd, as it were. But that is going to be first round going to Pyro. As always, this is going to be a best of 7, so first to 4 rounds is going to win. But, you know, I think DC had a couple issues there. They veiled a bit late, and they were playing against, of course, superior stealth. They also chased Zor. I mentioned that a couple times during the round. They went on Zor a few times, and I think that was a mistake, just because Zor has so much ability to tank damage, to, you know, basically evade damage, and just blink out with different abilities, and, you know, just get out. So,
Yeah.
you know, I don't think trying to focus him is a good idea. And they also let that Scourge very early on get picked off by the Pyro train. And Pyro did something very, very smart there. They stayed on that one kill, right? They didn't split apart. They didn't all try and go for different targets. They stayed on the guy who was tailing behind, who got caught by that early bubble from, you know, one of their spell breakers, and they confirmed the kill, and then they just went and pressured the rest of DC, and they whittled them down. Well, I say whittled, but basically bursted them down, as we saw quite a few of them go down state. So very strong showing from Pyro. I think DC definitely has the potential to take a round, maybe even the whole GvG, or at least a couple rounds if they change up maybe their playstyle, maybe they engage a little bit, try and focus certain targets a little bit better. But
Yep, DC's definitely they've definitely got to do something, because I feel like their DPS players are panicking under the pressure, and they're gonna have to get a strong bubble. They're gonna have to use those revenants. I saw what they tried with the Hammer 3. They tried to find Pyro and get them out of stealth with the Hammer 3 and into the reveal on Herald. They tried that, didn't work. They should have immediately pulled off instead of continuing towards that edge right there, because they were just choking themselves out. If they would have came over to the side here or pushed back towards the tower a bit, kind of kited it out, wait until they got out of stealth, and then use that range pressure that they have and just keep the range with the Necros, it might have worked a little bit better than trying to just soak everything that Pyro was dropping on them, especially with 7 Scourges. You're not going to be able to hold against that, even if you are running 4 Firebrands. It's just it's not gonna happen.
I think this is the most Scourges I've ever seen in a comp. I don't think I've ever seen anyone run 7. I mean, that's just unbelievable, man. I mean, I don't know if they're all. Let's see. Looks like we got one Condi, one on Pat. Wait, hold on. This guy. Oh no, this is Condi as well. This guy is running power. This guy looks like he's running power. This is some weird food these guys are running. Power equal to condition and expertise. Very interesting.
Yeah,
but
they're
it
all
definitely
Condi in DC.
Majority of the Scourges on Pyro are going to be running condition. So I mean, they could be Selly still with condition food for sure.
That's an interesting food.
A lot of sort of hybrid foods, just the minus 15% condition duration, the plus 45 to all attributes. That is the red lentil. So that definitely could be Selly as well. But that would sort of lead me to believe, I don't know, they're just running the normal Scourge curses, or possibly even Spite, Soul Reaping condition build. So maybe not all of them are on Transfusion. I didn't see too many pulls. Of course, we didn't see any down state from Pyro, so that could be why.
So
but
that might have been a part of their sustain, was the transfusions. We'll have to find out if DC can pull some downs out of this one.
Yeah. We're going at 45 seconds. Sorry for the slight delay there. We were waiting for a DC from DC. Again, it is 1-0 for Pyro. This is going to be the second round. We're going in about 35 seconds. And if anyone has any questions, make sure you ask away in chat. And of course, welcome. This is going to be the last GvG we're seeing for the first week of this tournament.
Yep. They're starting right back up on the 22nd. And yeah, there's a crowd here today. Oh boy.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't know if you saw before, 15 seconds till round starts. I don't know if you saw before, but we had about 6 or 7 guilds in the same instance. When Red was supposed to fight tag, unfortunately, their driver DC'd, couldn't get back in, so they had to cancel that TTD. Had a bit of an impromptu GvG, but that's neither here nor there. Round number 2 going to be starting. Pyro versus DC. Pyro up 1-0. There's the stealth blast coming out from Pyro. Zor going straight in, trying to get that early Phantasmal, maybe early Great Sword damage onto DC. They're stacked up. No stealth for them, though, as Pyro pushing straight in. Ton of pressure in that bubble as well.
Amazing. Oh, a lot of down for Pyro.
Already. That's a 5 kills down for DC. Pyro getting tons of pressure early on. DC nothing for them. A bit low is one of the Pyro Scourge, but he's going to get healed up. Ton of barrier coming out. There's a second bubble from Pyro as well. DC has 3, 4 in downstate. They're getting completely pushed back off the edge of the map, maybe towards Pyro's spawn. That's got to be the GG.
Completely outpressured. They sustained it really well, and they actually got a lot of downs at the start of that round, but they just weren't able to rotate it. Pyro had the higher damage burst at the start and just pulled through right on that. That's the power of those 7 Scourges, just showing right there, the constant application of pressure. You know, you got 3 Revenants, they're right in front of you. You know, you've got 3 Revenants, and you've got a 7-man Scourge train just running on your face the entire time. You're not doing any damage. These Revenants aren't doing any damage in these fights at all.
Yeah, they don't have the option to do any damage. They have worse stealth than Pyro. They're starting off on the back foot immediately because of that. They're starting off being aggressively pushed on by Pyro. And, you know, normally in these GvGs, right, I'd say that what DC should try and do is get some earlier bubbles out. But both of these rounds, they've actually gotten their first bubble down pretty much at the same time as Pyro. So it's really not the bubble. The problem for them is the fact that Pyro just has way more pushing ability. And on top of that, they have a better engage because of the Thief stealth. And on top of that, they have way more pressure because of those extra Scourges inside of the bubbles. And DC just can't get out of them as well. They got out of it much better the first round. They're only losing 1 Scourge to basically the tailing effect. But that round, they got 1 pushed because straight out of stealth, bubble, Scourge, shades everywhere. And that's basically the round. They need to be a lot more careful. They need to be a lot faster. They need to figure out what they're trying to do with this Veil. They need to figure out what they're going to do to counter Pyro's stealth. And they got to do it fast. They're down 2 rounds, 2 more rounds for Pyro, and that's going to be the GvG.
Yep. They have to adapt. They have to adapt right now, right in the middle of these 2 rounds. You start making it work immediately, or you're just going to lose it. Yeah, best of 7s, they don't last. It doesn't last very long. It doesn't give you much time at all to adapt your playstyle. So you have to be quick in these rounds. Like I was saying, so their Revenants did a combined total of 90k damage that round. That's not enough. You have to fix something. You have to do some class swaps. You gotta change up your driving style. You can't push in like that when they're stealthed, when you're not stealthed yourself. You do a late Veil. Pull back and do a late Veil. You don't have to push forward at the start of the round. You can pull back. You know, you've got a lot of space to work with. So, we'll see how this goes. Do we have a timer yet?
I don't think so. Peralta hasn't said anything to me yet. Bit of a side note, looks like we got about, I don't know, 50, 60 people on the sidelines watching.
I think it's more than that, dude.
A little bit, unfortunately. I'm kind of tempted to ask them to go and... Oh, we got a ballista here, too. Oh, that might be for perp, I think. But...
I keep getting shot randomly. It's just every 15 seconds I'm getting shot by someone.
Yeah. But
sorry, buddy. I cannot make my naked ladies appear.
I'm really impressed by Pyro. I got to be honest. I love that they're running pretty much full ball comp. I love that they don't have any Revenants, which I think is pretty interesting. I don't think there's any other guild that runs like that. I mean, we haven't seen all the guilds play yet, of course, but as far as I know, most of them do run at least a Revenant or 2. You know, I love the aggressive play style. I love the fact that they basically don't stop pushing. They don't let that pressure up. They know their strength. Sure. They're completely playing to it, and they're also playing to DC's weakness. Looks like we might have had a DC.
Yeah, DC.
Waiting on that guy to come back.
DC had a DC again. One of the characters got kicked out to character select, so I think he's back now, though. Not quite. Oh, I was sent a regular ballista. Thank you, Sir Thar, for your generous donation. I do appreciate it. Nope, he's not back yet. Where is he?
Going at 1 minute.
Going at 1? Alright. Alright, let's see if they've adapted their playstyle. Hopefully, because I want a competitive GvG. Let's go. No more 4-0s. No more 4-0s. Let's do this.
That would be nice. Again, this is just the first week. Obviously, we've got a lot of sort of inexperienced guilds in regards to GvG, as we said at the beginning of this. DC hasn't really been involved with the GvG scene that much, or really at all, to be honest. They're mostly a PvX sort of casual guild, but it's great to see guilds like them, guilds like Hate that we saw the first match of this tournament, again, not involved with the GvG scene at all, getting involved with this tournament, taking a chance, starting to get, interested in GvG. It's really nice to see that. So hats off to every guild who's participated so far and all the guilds coming. Either way, we've got 5 seconds till this third round. Pyro is up 2-0, best of 7.
All right.
Take it away, Nolly.
Let's see. Are we gonna get a veil out of DC this time? There's the early stealth from Pyro, and they're going for the stealth bike again, but there's no veil. There's absolutely no veil, but they got the reveal on the Mesmer. Oh, he's going for the early burst. Moving on the side. They're playing it smart this time. They're playing around the Revenants. They're finally kiting it out. But that's an incredible bubble from Pyro's Spellbreaker, but it wasn't enough. They got one down on DC side. Now, there's the bubble from DC, but it's not on Pyro. They're not doing enough. They keep that pressure forward. They went one down. They've got one down. Two down. They got to push aggressive on this now. It's a bad bubble from DC side. It's not good enough, but they got the pressure. Okay, they're going aggressive now. Oh, that's a sick bubble right on top of them. Oh, man, they're going to lose players to this. There's one down, two down.
A lot of those 2, 3 down
Oh,
from DC.
yeah, it's not going well.
Transfusion is okay.
Oh, there's one down from Pyro.
Not enough. It is one down from Pyro. He's going to get rallied, though. These reses are great coming up.
Oh, yeah, they're all going down.
Rallying off the down stage as well. It's 3 down. DC still trying to hold on, putting a couple shades down, regrouping towards their spawn, but they're all low. 3 going down state now. Very low on DC side.
Yeah,
that's going to be GG. That's going to be third round going to Pyro. DC playing a lot smarter that round, a lot more defensively at the beginning, trying to stave off some of that pressure from Pyro, but it was not enough. And the eventual crumble, the eventual overall pressure from Pyro was just too much for them, and they fell.
Yeah, they played it much better that time. Like I said, they moved out to the side. They used that space that they have in this arena, and oh man, that was good to see. That was really good to see that adaptation from DC. It would have been better if they started that adaptation last round, but something is better than nothing at this point.
Absolutely, yeah. Getting that early down state is great. Getting the 2 early down states is even better. And
they needed to aggress more on it.
Honestly, I think that it was the bubbles from Pyro that really turned around there. As you said, a really incredible bubble. That first bubble coming out. I didn't even see the Spellbreaker basically go inside.
Yeah.
Straight on top of DC as they were getting pressure onto Pyro, as they were collapsing onto that guy who was tailed, which was probably the Spellbreaker.
The second bubble was absolutely clutch. That was right on their stack. It stopped all aggression and just let the Scourges free reign from Pyro 100%. On top of them. It was, man.
It's completely stopped DC as well from committing onto those 2 down states that they got. Pyro was able to basically just free res. We did see a couple transfusions coming out from DC there after that second bubble from Pyro, but it wasn't enough to get them up. They pulled them. I think they pulled them a second time as well, and Pyro just kept pushing onto DC. The eventual just basically snowball. DC just could not sustain it enough. Something else that we haven't talked too much about is Zor on this Mirage. Every single round, he's been playing extremely aggressively, blinking into DC, actually getting very decent damage off. And earlier I said I don't think that DC should be focusing him. And I don't, but they can't just ignore him either. Their Revenants need to chunk him down. They need to apply some pressure to him. They can't just let him free cast like that. He's going to rip a ton of boons with that Phantasmal Disenchanter. He's going to do a ton of just pressure in general with Greatsword. His Shatters are going to do a lot of damage. And they can't just let him basically sit on top of them and free cast like that. They've got to try and do something better. And they've got to try and do something with these bubbles. A couple of their bubbles were a bit off the mark, as you said. And, they just didn't catch enough of Pyro's players. Either way, 20 seconds till what could be the last round. We're 3-0, Pyro versus DC. It is a best of 7, so this is match point for Pyro.
Let's do it. All right, I want to see those Revenants. I want to see those Revenants do something. They're not doing enough.
I don't like how close they're starting either. Pyro, I think, should be starting a little farther back. They've got the stealth advantage, but either way, 2 seconds. Here we go. We're going to see the stealth blast coming out from Pyro, as always, and Pyro's coming out from DC, and here we go. Zor.
No veil again. He's right on that aggression again. But they hit those fists.
Early bubble there from Pyro. That's going to catch quite a few DC players. That's going to be 1 downstate already from DC. 2 downstate. Transfused out for the side, but that's a bad transfuse. That's not going to get him into their main stack. 1 downstate from Pyro. He's going to get rallied, though, and that was a firebrand. Good bubble there from DC, but it's not going to catch anyone from Pyro. Maybe alleviate some of the pressure, but no one down from Pyro yet. 1 downstate from DC inside that stack. 2 downstate.
Too much aggression from DC. It's too much.
There's the second bubble now from Pyro. That's probably going to finish them off. That's 4 downstate, 5 downstate, all of DC in downstate. 2 members
they're all
up.
down.
They're all going to be downstate. No res is available from DC. No pressure from DC to put that Pyro stack off. That's got it. That's GG. 4-0.
Man.
Pyro making it look easy. Didn't lose a single player all 4 rounds. DC did what they could, but was not enough.
I guess
and
red
boys,
team.
Here we go. The brawl, GGD, MadCloud, and Hate against a bunch of overgrowth pugs inside Edges in the Mist, boys.
Sick.
Jack, the legend Sparrow, pushing straight in, cleaning these pugs up. They didn't have a chance. Bunch of bubbles coming out there.
That was a little bit of I feel like there was a little bit of just red aggression in the eyes from DC there. You know, they wanted that pressure on top of them, but they didn't get the bubble that they needed to really secure that round, and they had to play back further. They got some decent rev damage off the start. Their revs actually hit on the stealth, which was good. They finally got that. It finally worked, but they weren't doing enough. I feel like the 3 revs is too much. I don't like where Pyro was starting, like really close. Like that was a little bit close from sides. I feel like it probably should have been played a little bit further back. But in the end of the day, you know, they're running Scourges. It was kind of an advantage, but the bubbles were crucial.
You know, some of these GvGs, as we've already seen and as we will continue to see, are in Guildhall. And Guildhall, you'd be starting that close, if not closer.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously, you know, you have Edge of the Mist, you have OS, and, you know, maybe in those 2 arenas, you're going to have to take the advantage that you can and start a bit farther apart. But in Guildhall, you will be starting that close. You've got to be ready for that. You know, you got to adapt to the size of the arena. You got to adapt to how close your players are starting. And, you know, I liked a couple of things DC did. It was nice to see them try. Again, obviously, I'm glad that they're joining the scene. I hope to continue to see them in the future. But, you know, they did not adapt to Pyro enough. They didn't. I think honestly they got beaten a bit by playstyle as well as comp. You know, they didn't play. They didn't play to their more ranged style comp as well as I think they should have. And they also just let Pyro do a couple things, you know, that they really shouldn't. They let him push away too aggressively. They let Zor freecast on him. They didn't try to really negate the much better stealth from Pyro that, you know, in ways that maybe they could have.
And they weren't utilizing stealth themselves at all.
Maybe 2 Veils. I think only 1 though in that first round.
Yeah, it wasn't. You can't sit out of stealth and let your enemy, you know, blast stealth, which is longer than the Veil, and just completely rotate around you and just run circles around you. You can't let people do that because they're just going to abuse you every single time. They'll get their bubble off first. They'll get it off better. It's a playstyle adaptation that needed to happen.
Absolutely. Anyways, guys, that is it for the first week. I just want to say thanks to everybody who's been watching so far. Of course, thanks to Nolly for streaming the GvGs, as well as Gregor Divinia, who streamed one of the GvGs as well with Gregor. And yeah, I mean, and of course, thanks to Bullyfoot for organizing this whole tournament. Thanks to all the guilds participating. Again, thanks to the viewers. We're doing it for you, basically, for this community. But that's the first week. That GvG is going to conclude the first week. Bit of a one-sided week that we had. As Nolly pointed out before, we only had 1 GvG of all the GvGs this week that was not a complete 4-0 shutout. A little bit disappointing. You know, would like to see maybe a bit more competition, but those, of course, were the first rounds. We're going to be seeing, hopefully, some closer seeded matches. We're going to be seeing, obviously, the winners from these matches moving forward to fight those higher seeds that didn't get to play yet this first week. So maybe a bit more competition there. I got to be honest, I'm really looking forward to seeing Pyro fight again. I love the way they play. I love their comp. Maybe people would, accuse them of stacking Scourges just being cheese, but you know what? I don't care. I like it.
You can call cheese all you like. in this game.
It
But at the
works.
end of the day, you have to play what works.
There's no rules against the 7 Scourges. Why not run it?
Exactly.
You know? And again, I think there's definitely ways to beat that. I think that other guilds, it's just going to be up to them to figure that out and play around it. So I'm looking forward to seeing them play. I didn't know too much about them before tonight, but I'm glad that I was able to watch them. I think it's going to be exciting to watch them fight. But the next GvG that we've got for you guys is going to be the 21st. That's tomorrow, 10 p.m. EST. That's going to be Boo versus TBT. Looking forward to watching Boo
That's
fight.
gonna be pretty hype, actually.
Yeah, we saw them a very, very dominant round last week against DEF. 4-0. That me and Nolly, we casted that. Yeah, we believe it was us. Trying to remember if that was me and Booch or you and me, but it was you and me. And it was fun to watch Boo play. I always enjoy watching them. So it's going to be nice to see them play against TBT, who we didn't get to see, seeing as we had to give them a bye last week. But by the way, guys, that's going to be the next GvG. I did link the schedule in the brackets. After that, the 22nd, we've got MM versus TTD. Another match that I'm looking forward to. That's going to be at 10. The 24th, we've got ODF versus KNT. That's going to be at 9:30 p.m. And the 25th, BMO versus Bomb. That's going to be at 10 p.m. EST. Obviously, we've got more matches coming. We're just waiting for them to be scheduled. Red is going to be going up against PYRO next week, so they had to wait for them to.
And all of these round 2 matches are going to be done by the 27th.
Yeah.
So
by the end of the week from now.
Yep.
Week from now, they're going to be done. It's moving fast. Fast. We're already getting into the second week. This is great. By the way, guys, make sure you follow the channel, this channel, so that you know when Nolly's going live, as he will be streaming quite a few of the matches. You can also follow my channel if you want, because I'll be streaming some of them. Make sure to follow Gregor's channel if you know it. That's twitch.tv/GregorPayne, Payne. That's one word, Gregor Payne. And Compresent. I'm not even going to bother to try and spell it, but you can hopefully sound it out. That's DivStream. Hat Simulator, I believe, also is a streamer for us, but he hasn't streamed yet. Maybe he will in the future. But you can definitely bookmark the schedules, bookmark the brackets. You can check the schedule out. It should say who's streaming and when. And other than that, we're going to be back tomorrow. I don't know if we've decided who's streaming the Boo vs. TBT GvG yet, but we will be doing that tomorrow. And yeah, I don't know. That's it for us, I think, for tonight.
That's it. Yeah. So hype for the next week's matches and hype for the giveaway right now. So for the giveaway is going to be another one of those Black Line skins, either a 2-ticket skin or a 1-ticket skin. That's available here. You got Alchemist, you got Glacial, you got Devoted. I think that's it. Yeah. So the keyword is going to be !PYRO. You don't have to do all caps, but you can if you want. It makes it look nice in chat when it's getting spammed a million times, which it will be in 3, 2, 1. There it is.
You don't have to do all caps, really.
Yep, you don't have to do all caps. It's not case sensitive.
Oh, I thought are you using Nightbot?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you did have to do. It was case sensitive.
It says
look at that.
It says it right there, right under.
Yeah, I don't read, man. You know.
Well, I mean. You are in Borp, so.
Whoa! I mean, you're right. We just beat everyone. We didn't have to read anything. That's true.
I mean, VNG disbanded Borp, but, you know, we won't talk about that.
Disbanded Borp. That is an interesting thing. Well, we don't need to get into this on stream. We can discuss it later, but very, very interesting accusations there. Either way, the BM is real. Damn, dude. Damn.
Oh, that was a glorious day. That was a glorious day in Kate's Discord. It's sad you missed it. It was wonderful. It was a good time.
Mom and Dad, stop fighting.
Well, we're fighting?
Yeah. Just so everyone is aware, I'm the dad in this relationship.
Yeah, we'll go with that, man. Sure thing. VNG's done things? Yeah, we do things. It doesn't mean they're good, but they're things nonetheless. Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry's here. Look at that.
Ooh.
Very nice, but
Daddy, don't hurt me.
Did we decide who's streaming tomorrow? I do want to find out. I don't think there's anything's been said.
We haven't set anything up. We were kind of waiting for everything to get done. Yeah. Okay. So I'll bring this up. Roy and I talked about this, and we talked about it with other people too. So for the way giveaways work is you're eligible for one giveaway win per round. So round 1 you could win one giveaway, you're fine, but you can't win anything else of the rest of the rest of the matches for that round. Round 2 you can win a giveaway again. Round 3, semifinals or quarterfinals, sorry, you can win a giveaway again. Semifinals, you can win a giveaway, and then finals, you can win a giveaway. This makes it so that somebody who won, let's say, like a skin in round 1 isn't disqualified from winning like a gem card in the semifinals or the legendary in the finals. It kind of makes it fair in a sense, I guess. But all right, looks like everybody's entered the giveaway, so I'm going to go ahead and roll it now. Mexi Fail. Congratulations, buddy. Go ahead and send me a message on Twitch with your in-game name, and I will get that to you, buddy. But other than that, thank you everybody for watching. It was a pretty good night tonight. Enjoyable. I would have liked to see more out of DC, but you can't always get what you want. We're gonna have some really hype matches in round 2, though, so it's gonna be a good week, Roy. It's gonna be a real good week, buddy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We got a lot of really nice GvGs coming up. We're going to be seeing guilds that we have not seen yet. Red, Tag, Ban, TTD, as well as others. Rise. I can't wait. I mean, Pyro versus Red, I think, is just going to be an awesome GvG. I'm really looking forward to it. My money has sort of been on Red winning this whole thing. I'm thinking my favorite guild at the moment is Pyro. So I'm going to be looking forward to that GvG for sure. But as we said, guys, tomorrow, TBT versus Boo. Make sure you check that out. It'll be on a stream. We haven't confirmed yet, but that's on the schedule.
We'll get the scheduling done hopefully by tomorrow.
Yeah. Predictions. Whoa, Cube! I just said that I thought you guys are gonna win the tournament. How am I a traitor?
But then you said that Pyro's gonna win, so I mean.
I didn't say Pyro's gonna win. I said I like them. I said I like the guild. That doesn't mean you're gonna win.
Okay.
All right, as long as Vari and Arette don't get one push, then I mean, that's never happened. Anyways, I got my internet's acting up.
Oh man, good times. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. There's gonna be another GvD tomorrow. Be there. Another giveaway. Get hype. Have a great night, everyone. You got anything to say, Roy?
Night, boys.
Night, boys. That's it. It's that easy, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.